Hello, and welcome back to Clay's 50 Film Challenge! My name is Clay Johnson, and today I am continuing my 50 Film Challenge with film number 18, The City of Lost Children, which was suggested by Adina Broomer. So thank you very much, Adina. This is actually the first in a series of 3 films that Adina suggested, so this is kind of Adina's trilogy. Oddly enough, they all have French influences. So I'm looking forward to the rest of them, and thank you, Adina, once again for suggesting these films. But yes, like I said, this is The City of Lost Children, which is a 1995 sci-fi fantasy drama. That's the category listed on Wikipedia, and it is a foreign film. It is a French film. I will say though that I was not able to find a version of this with just subtitles. The version of this I found was dubbed, and I think before this I probably would have said that I preferred dubbed, but after having watched some movies with subtitles and now watching this dubbed, I felt like I was missing something. And honestly, I wished I could have found a subtitled version of this. I'm not certain that this is the best one to base that on, as I will reveal as I actually get into the review. But yeah, no, I think I am firmly in the camp of subtitles, because I feel like you miss something of the actor's performance when you get a dubbed voice. So yeah, like I said, 1995 sci-fi fantasy drama. It starred, I mean, the only person I knew in it was Ron Perlman, but it is basically about, as far as I could gather, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I had a hard time following the dialogue in this film. The dialogue seemed very disjointed to me. It didn't often make a lot of sense, but I actually really enjoyed the visual and got most of my storytelling from that. I mean, there were words here and there that helped me with as far as the dialogue went, but I honestly felt like I could have just watched the French version of this film with no subtitles and no dubbing, and would have still, number one, understood as much of the story as I actually do, and number two, probably would have enjoyed it just as much. But from what I can gather, it is about a creature. They keep calling him a monster. I mean, he looks kind of like a scientist, but I don't think he is. But anyway, the character's name is Crank, played by Daniel Immelthorpe. I had not seen him before this. I think I have like seen clips of something else that he is in. I'm not entirely certain. Obviously, I'm not an aficionado of French film, but I did really enjoy his physical performance. He was very emotive, and they kept calling him a creature, and while I didn't really get that, he was very creepy and very scary, and I appreciated that. But basically, from what I could gather, he was a creation of a scientist, and basically he can't dream. And that is causing him to rapidly age. And so basically, in order to stop that, he has started stealing children, and he's trying to steal the dreams of children to try to regain his youth. And he's aided by a group of clones that are all played by the same character that actually later on plays the scientist that created them all, and they end up kidnapping the younger brother of the character One, played by Ron Perlman, and he's like I said, he was the only one that I really knew going into this, and he spoke French for the film. And at first, I wasn't really sure if it was him doing his own dubbing or not, because he's actually, even in the dub, using, I think, like a Russian accent. I mean, I couldn't find voice credits on the dub, so I'm not sure. Later on, it did start to sound like him, but I wasn't sure at first. But he eventually is joined by a young girl named Miette. They form a friendship, all while trying to get back his younger brother. And yeah, I mean, that's basically the story. Like I said, it was really hard to follow necessarily, but that honestly didn't keep me from enjoying the film. The visual style of it was just so good. I mean, it's directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet, who, if you know that name, you probably know him for his most famous film, Amélie, which I haven't seen, and it wasn't one of the ones that Adina suggested, probably because she assumed I'd seen it. I haven't, but the next one she suggested, Delicatessen, is also by Jeunet, and follows a similar stylistic visual pattern, and I'm heavily considering watching Amélie after watching the two of them. Just, not necessarily part of the challenge, but, I might let you guys know on the Facebook group what I think about it. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, it leaves me with a lot of questions as to what was really going on, but they're questions that I enjoy kind of puzzling through. And so I really enjoyed it. But like I said, because there was that disconnect for me, I can't give it, I can't rate it as outstanding, but it was very good. Let's see. I am going to give this, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 3 bombs. Yeah, that's a good one. 2 out of 3 bombs. Really good. If you like Amélie, if you enjoy this director and his visual style and you haven't seen this, I suggest seeking it out. Maybe you can understand it a little better than I did. Maybe someday I can find a subtitled version of this film and it'll make a little bit more sense. Or maybe not. Maybe that's kind of the point. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And as always, you can feel free to leave your comments down below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me. If you have any more insight as to what I might be missing in this, if we're friends, maybe you can send me a message. I don't necessarily want to give it away for those that haven't seen the film, but if you have any insight that I don't, I'd love to hear it. But yes, next time I will be reviewing Delicatessen, Jeunet's other film, so I am looking forward to that, and I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.